Could a tiny two-island Caribbean nation really shift its entire electricity system off of dirty diesel and onto clean, renewable sources within the next few years? On the surface, it seems unlikely that such a small developing country could pull that off. But that's precisely what the Federation of Saint Kitts and Nevis aims to achieve. How can an island system with less than 55,000 residents manage such a monumental energy transition? Well, we'll tackle those questions head on while charting the rising renewable revolution across these Atlantic islands that want to secure a sustainable future. Welcome back, everyone. Last time, we explored the remarkable renewable energy roadmap taking shape in Antigua and Barbuda. Today, we're shining the spotlight on another Caribbean island nation, forging its own path towards a sustainable future, the beautiful Federation of Saint Kitts and Nevis. Comprised of two lush tropical islands, Saint Kitts and Nevis boasts jaw-dropping landscapes dotted with rainforests, beaches, and historic architecture that make it a prime tourist destination. But behind the idyllic facade, this nation faces substantial energy challenges today, from high electricity costs to over-reliance on dirty diesel fuel imports. In response, Saint Kitts and Nevis has laid out a forward-thinking blueprint for evolving their power system. It's one that taps into their wealth of solar, wind, and geothermal resources to ultimately achieve 100% renewable electricity in the coming years. It's an ambitious aim, with obstacles to overcome, but it holds great promise in empowering both their society and their environment. So today, let's dive into the context, targets, and key steps that can catapult this two-island federation into a renewable future. The backdrop, energy landscape, and policy. First, it's important to understand the current energy landscape in Saint Kitts and Nevis that is driving this sustainability shift. As on many Caribbean islands, the bulk of their electricity generation today comes from diesel fuel. Specifically, around 95% as of now. This heavy import reliance leaves them exposed to global oil price volatility. In turn, residents have seen utility rates soar to an average of 26 cents per kilowatt hour, prompting government subsidies to buffer the impact. But clearly not a tenable long-term solution. Outages and transmission inefficiencies also erode reliability. So in 2012, Saint Kitts and Nevis enacted their national energy policy, laying out key goals, namely to diversify power sources towards renewables while making energy affordable and sustainable. This policy vision sets the stage to tackle their intertwined economic and environmental energy challenges. International commitments. Hand in hand with domestic policy, Saint Kitts and Nevis is contributing to global climate efforts as well. As a small island developing state, they feel the threats posed by rising seas and extreme weather firsthand. So the nation has signed on to critical international pacts like the Paris Climate Agreement, committing to slash national emissions 30% by 2030 through decisive power sector decarbonization. Ambitious aims, leveraging their renewable bounty to mitigate climate change while buffering residents from energy cost volatility. Saint Kitts Electricity Company Limited, or SKELEC, or SKELEC, plays a crucial role as a public utility, committed to providing comprehensive electric power services, including generation, transmission, and distribution. At its power station, located in Needs-Must, SKELEC boasts a resilient infrastructure comprising 15 diesel-generating sets, collectively contributing to a firm capacity of 43 megawatt. Meanwhile, on the neighboring island of Nevis, the Nevis Electricity Company Limited stands as the exclusive provider of electricity services. Their power station achieves a peak capacity of 9.83 megawatt, with a generating capacity reaching 25.3 megawatt. Combining these capacities from both islands, the total generation capacity across Saint Kitts and Nevis stands at an impressive 68.3 megawatt. Ongoing challenges. Of course, realizing such sweeping change is easier said than done. Saint Kitts and Nevis continues wrestling with obstacles like per capita energy consumption outstripping regional averages due to tourism and industrial growth, complicating demand management, technical and commercial losses during transmission and distribution, hemorrhaging over 13% of power output, Targeted grid upgrades can curb waste, bureaucracy, and policies slowing renewable adoption. Programs like net metering compensate rooftop solar fairly and accelerate uptake. Despite these pitfalls, we'll see how proactive reforms allow cleaner energy transition to accelerate. Early sustainability success stories. While the large-scale shift remains a work in progress, St. Kitts and Nevis boast some trailblazing sustainability initiatives, giving a taste of the future. For example, the island's airport has now met over 50% of its electricity needs for years through on-site solar panels, demonstrating viability in a key public infrastructure setting. Additionally, the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank constructed a sizable 1-megawatt solar farm to deliver clean power to its facilities, setting the bar for commercial-scale PV adoption. Beyond public efforts, distributed rooftop solar has taken off thanks to supportive net metering policies, allowing homes and private buildings to achieve greater energy self-sufficiency. And the future looks even brighter thanks to special partnerships. Pathways to paradigm shift. All right, time to take the lid off some truly game-changing renewable developments in the pipeline that can catalyze St. Kitts and Nevis's full transition to 100% clean electricity. First and foremost is solar, where plummeting PV costs make widespread adoption a no-brainer. Just announced a deal for the Caribbean's largest combined solar and battery storage project to date, breaking ground on St. Kitts soon. The 35-megawatt solar park, slated to meet up to 35% of national power demand, pairs solar arrays with 45 megawatt-hour of lithium-ion batteries, allowing clean energy delivery to the grid when people need it most. And at prices competitive with dirty diesel. This flagship project alone displaces over 50,000 tons of carbon dioxide yearly, while saving St. Kitts millions over its 25-year lifespan. It's proof that solar herein scales up to meet big chunks of demand cost-effectively. But the real game changer comes by tapping the island's underground geothermal heat reservoirs. A 10-megawatt geothermal power facility in Nevis looks primed to get underway with multinational backing, converting natural subterranean steam reserves into firm, renewable electricity around the clock. In preliminary surface studies, they have identified a substantial 18 to 36 megawatts of potential energy in St. Kitts, specifically in the northwestern region extending from Lamberts to Newton Ground. Assessing this potential, we are contemplating a project ranging between 18 to 36 megawatts. The energy officer for St. Kitts suggests that the envisioned project, likely a 10 to 15 megawatt plant, has the potential to cover the base load, representing the minimum amount of energy required for St. Kitts. Geothermal energy emerges as a promising option, boasting one of the highest availabilities among all renewable energies. The energy officer highlights the intermittent nature of solar and wind, clarifying that they are not consistently available throughout the day. In contrast, geothermal energy offers 90% availability, ensuring a reliable source of electricity from a majority of our resources. Moving beyond St. Kitts, the energy officer draws attention to Nevis, revealing an even more significant potential for geothermal energy. Nevis has confirmed a potential of at least 400 megawatts through drilling, and they are actively working on a plant ranging between 9 and 10 megawatts. Remarkably, this aligns seamlessly with Nevis's energy demand, which is around 9 megawatts, effectively covering their base load. Addressing the broader benefits, the energy officer emphasizes the cost-effectiveness of geothermal plants. With notably low operations and maintenance costs, he assures that integrating geothermal energy will bring lasting advantages to both St. Kitts and Nevis. The energy officer expresses confidence that tapping into the geothermal potential of the Federation will propel us towards achieving our ambitious goal, that of 100% renewable energy by 2030. The prospect of a geothermal plant stands not only as an investment in sustainable energy, but also as a strategic step towards a greener and more resilient future for St. Kitts and Nevis. Experts estimate geothermal could satisfy up to 60% of national requirements in conjunction with solar, wind, and hydropower. The road ahead. With transformations of this magnitude, growing pains are inevitable, But by confronting challenges openly while allowing space for communities to shape the transition, St. Kitts and Nevis can emerge more resilient. And the tide is certainly turning. Between ambitious policies, high-impact pilot projects, and partnerships enabling big clean energy leaps, the roadmaps and technologies clearly exist to turn aspirations of 100% renewable electricity into reality within the decade. Of course, it takes bold leadership and committed allies across government, industry, and civil society to connect the dots. But just as we've seen in Antigua and Barbuda, with a shared vision and will to execute, a small developing island nation can absolutely catalyze monumental sustainable change and become a guiding light for its neighbors and the world in responsibly securing its future. We'll be watching closely and can't wait to see what comes next for St. Kitts and Nevis. Well, there you have it. St. Kitts and Nevis is charging ahead on their journey to revolutionize their energy systems. Now, this talk of geothermal power especially piqued our interest, and it turns out St. Kitts and Nevis isn't the only Caribbean island set to tap into their volcanic roots to unleash renewable energy. Our next episode will explore the budding geothermal revolution unfolding today in nearby Saint Lucia. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in the next one.